Hey guys, so we're gonna be doing another missing persons case. This one isn't like really a missing persons case because I found out what happened, but it's considered under a missing case. Derek, yeah, Roby's how they pronounced it. So it took place in August 2nd, 1993. Derek was all boy all the time. He lived in a tiny village in western New York called Savonia. He was a bright, happy child. He used to sit on his bike and wave at cars as they passed by. Everyone in this town knew who Derek was. Didn't really know him personally, but knew who he was. Derek was 4 years old in 10 months. His birthday is in October sometime. He was not even 5 yet. And he loved animals and playing practical jokes. His parents, Dale and Doreen, I think that's how you say her name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering her name. But, okay. Roby and his little brother named Dalton, who was only 8 months when this happened. Derek went to a camp down the street, and his mom normally walked him every morning, and Dalton was kind of fussy this morning, and they're running. Derek was wanting to go, and it was already 9:15, so they were late. So he asked his mom if it was okay if he walked by himself. Now, mind you, they live on a dead-end street, so it's right down the street. There's no going across the street. Nothing. It's on one sidewalk he has to walk on. And so his mom said that was fine, so he walked. And he gave his mom a kiss on the cheek and told her that he loved her, and he started walking to this camp that he was going to. And mind you, it's August the 2nd, so it's still summer, and he's not old enough to go to preschool yet, so okay. It was the first time he ever walked anywhere by himself. Later that day, his mother went to go pick him up, but all the kids at the camp were already gone. And she said, was my son here? And they said, he never came today. We never saw him here. So she panicked and called the police right away. He died 5 minutes after he left his house. Now, you would never guess who did this to this little boy. You wouldn't ever think this would happen. Just let me finish. Okay. So, his banana from his lunchbox was smashed in the ground. So, they automatically ruled out that this person does not like bananas. They thought it was a stranger that murdered him. And they thought it for a couple days. At 13, only at 13 years old, Eric Smith confessed he saw him that day, and that he was coming home, and Derek was on his way to the camp. Eric was sent home that day for bad behavior, so he wasn't in a good mood. Eric's story didn't make sense to them. He said that he was far away, he wasn't right next to Derek. But he wouldn't have been able to, he was so far away that he wouldn't have been able to describe, what he was wearing, So that didn't make any sense. But they, just kept asking him over and over again, Like, what happened, all this other stuff. So, he started asking his family, how do they find DNA? And what do they do when they find someone's DNA on the body? And what happened if a kid would do it? And Eric's mom was like, well, that kid would need some serious help. And so a couple days later, Eric and a couple kids went to their neighbor's house. And the lady decided to do an experiment. So she got all the things to make an ice cream sundae, and she asked the kids if they wanted ice cream sundaes that day, and they said yeah. So Eric only wanted nuts and something else. I think it was nuts and ice cream, to be exact, but I don't know. But he didn't want bananas. And this lady asked, why don't you like no bananas? And he's like, no, I don't like bananas. Like, really kind of, like, angry, like, just because you asked him if you like bananas. Eric finally confessed that he was the one that killed Derek, and no one believed him because of his appearance. He was a little boy. He was only 13. No one would have thought a 13-year-old would kill an innocent, not even 5-year-old. He was abused. So when Eric was younger, he was abused, and his sister Stacy was sexually abused by their stepfather, and she thought maybe he was too, but they didn't find any evidence that he was sexually assaulted too, but he was abused. He was bullied because of his glasses and his red hair and his freckles, and he just was. Kids would make fun of him on the bus. Like, he wouldn't ride the bus to school or home because he was afraid of what those kids do. This one kid, I was watching this video, and the mom says, I remember one incident that happened when he was coming home on the bus. This kid dumped out his backpack and made him clean it all up. Like, people were doing it to him all the time. He had no friends. He rode his bike around town all the time. He didn't have any friends. But the thing that I really don't understand is why he would do it to Derek. Well, you probably are thinking that too. Well, okay, so he told his dad that he had that he had problems with his anger and he needed help. And his dad told him when I was a kid, I punched stuff. So, just go punch something. Well, that day, he actually killed someone. So, Eric told Derek that, hey, look, are you going to go to the camp? And he goes, yeah. Well, he's like, I have a shortcut. Here, follow me. So he followed him in, this little woods area. And he threw a bunch of rocks at him. And he was afraid that someone would tell, that Derek would tell on Eric for throwing rocks at him. So he took a stick and he made sure that his heart stopped. He choked him with the stick. But no one believed that a little boy, a 13-year-old little boy could do such a thing. Now, then the neighbor lady said that he suffocated their cat with a bag. Just put the bag over the cat's head and just just suffocated that cat until it died. So after they heard that, they kind of figured, maybe he would do such a thing. Thing thing that gets me is this kid, Derek, was so upbeat and so happy. No one had even no one said anything bad about this kid. And just, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time and got killed. But the community that they lived in paid for the funeral and everything. So that was nice, but you know, just imagine sending your kid to camp and some kid just kills him for no reason. No reason. They didn't even know each other. They never spoke, they never talked. Because he was in school and Derek wasn't in school because he wasn't even old enough to be in preschool yet. So, my question for you guys is, do you think Eric should get a second chance? He's been trying to get parole ever since he was in there, and a lot of people think he should get parole, but like his family and everyone in that community just says, you know, it's better if he doesn't get parole because they're afraid he's going to do it again. So, let me know what you think. So, this is Derek when before he died. He was just a bright little boy. Like, he was so little and so cute. And this is Eric at the time that this happened. So, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification button to get some more videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.